I'm Michael's wife, Becca. This is his father-in-law, Rob, and this is his persuasive speech.
Think back to when you were in grade school. What was the first thing you did every day before your classes? You'd state the Pledge of Allegiance. And in the Pledge of Allegiance, there was a statement that's become very controversial: under God. A study that the Oxford University did showed that most people are still for religion in school, but a growing number of people are pushing for legislation to separate church and state even more. Now, religion's been a hot topic for a long time. Just last month, there was a lot of controversy over the 10 Commandments being posted at the state capitol here in Oklahoma. A group that was against it wanted a statue of Baphomet placed in the same area. To avoid this confrontation, the 10 Commandments were eventually taken down and moved. Religion is very divisive, sometimes even more than it is unifying. I think in schools where kids are very impressionable and haven't been able to form their own opinions yet, religion should be kept out as much as possible. I'm going to talk about some of the problems with having religion in school, my personal thoughts on the issue, and how people can still observe their religions without having to be part of a government function. Why shouldn't we have religion in schools? As I stated, it's very divisive between people. The religious census in 2010 showed that 197 counties reported as having a Muslim community over the 2010 or the 2000 census. So it's growing by quite a bit. Moreover than that, a landscape study done by Pew Research showed that 23% of Americans identify as non-religious. So it's growing very rapidly. Now, no matter what religion you believe in and what you follow, they all have a pretty terrible history. They're riddled with violence, and one of the main tenets of pretty much every religion is condemning other religions and being against them. School is not a place to have that. You don't want kids arguing with each other over something that they're not even that well informed about yet. They're impressionable, and children oftentimes can take things literally. And when you have religions saying things like, kill people that don't believe what you believe, that can be an issue in public schools. It's a place for learning, not indoctrination. Now, my personal thoughts on the issue: I'm not a person of faith. A lot of people with this pushing for separation of church and state feel like they're being persecuted. But I've never felt like more of an outsider than when I try and talk to my mother about religion, and she won't even listen to me when I try and tell her my feelings. She would rather blindly think that I believe the same things she does than have a rational conversation with me. Now, with kids, bullying's been an issue lately, and religion is just another reason to have kids pitted against each other, making fun of each other and fighting each other. Religion's not all bad though, and it can be in school. I remember in high school, there was prayer around the flagpole. It would be every week, and kids that decided to could go meet with each other for fellowship and talk about religion. And it wasn't mandatory, and everyone could do what they wanted. There's also clubs that, while it might not be a focal point, have religious aspects to them. And that's fine too. But what public schools need to realize is that if they're going to have religious groups for Christians, there's going to be other religious groups that are going to want those same rights. Now, if public school isn't giving you what you need, you can send your kid to private school. I went to a Lutheran school in 3rd and 4th grade. We had chapel every Wednesday, and we had a religion class that we treated just like any other scientific class or math. We had to learn books of the Bible, recite scriptures, and take tests. The problem with that is you're going to be paying for it. It's not going to be free like public school. If you absolutely want your kid to believe and think and act exactly like you do, your only real option is going to be homeschool. You can control every aspect of what they learn and how they behave. I personally would like to think that my kid's going to be able to make a rational decision based on not only what I've taught them growing up, but what they find out in the world. You're also going to lack a lot of the social interaction that you would get, and that's vital for people to flourish once they're done with school. In closing, as I've stated several times throughout this, I think religion is more divisive than it is uniting. Just look at anyone's Facebook and you'll see that they're pushing their religious or political agenda to either have it integrated or segregated. There's a place for religion, and I know a lot of people use it for their moral compass, but the place isn't in school, where kids can be pitted against each other unnecessarily. No one's religion is any more important than anyone else's religion, and that's one of the things that makes America so truly great. Thank you.